Hey, this is Jimmy from MyTyrn Technologies. I am super excited to bring you this mini series about what we do here at MyTyrn. And so to start things off, MyTyrn Technologies is a technology company with the mission to optimize the global logistics industry by solving existing problems through collaboration, innovation, and technology. And our vision is to see no waste in global logistics. This brings us to our flagship product, MyTyrn.com, the #1 container drayage marketplace. And we believe together we dray more. And we'll show you what we mean. Now let's start with the problem. So there's a global black hole that costs shippers 20 billion annually and emits 19 million metric tons of carbon dioxide. Transportation is the second largest global emitter of greenhouse gases. And in US alone, we can eliminate 600 million truck miles and 1 million metric tons of emission. Now this is just on the environmental side. The equipment problem that affects our daily operations, of course, if you're in the industry, you are very familiar with this. The container size needed is not always available at the yard. The number of good chassis is not enough to service the demand. And of course, congestions at port and rail. Outdated rail and port systems has problem dealing with the current demand. Now, this brings us to capacity problem. So it all starts with the limited number of good drivers, right? The driver shortage, a long-term problem we all know in the industry. Then we have to worsen it with the ELD mandate. With the electronic logging device now mandated by DOT, this further limits drivers' schedule. Lastly, we have an extremely fragmented market. Each market consists of many small and mid-sized trucking companies, which makes it very difficult for everyone to achieve economies of scale. Here at MyTyrn, we know street turn is the solution. Most of the time, drayage truckers are forced to do loads like this. No street turns, you drive about half the time empty. Now, of course, there has been street turns around forever. But guess what? Most of the time, street turns are being done like this. The traditional street turn usually pulls the container back to a lot and then wait for a matching load in order to bring that to the next customer. And then after all that is done, get it back to the container yard. Now, although this helps the trucker a little bit by not having to actually return the box, the driving distance usually is not necessarily shorter. And a lot of time you might even argue that it takes a few more miles to get this done. Now, of course, if you can optimize the street turns, it will look like this. The truck goes directly from the container yard to the import customer and goes from there directly to the export customer and then straight back to the yard. Now, with each optimized street turn, it creates a value of $150 to $400 for the trucker and eliminates 440 pounds of CO2. If street turn is so good, why aren't there more street turns? Well, the problem is there are many players involved in the shipment. Every stakeholder only holds one piece of the puzzle, so it's really hard to get matches. And therefore, it is obvious a collaborative marketplace is needed. And we are here to do just that. So this concludes the first part of our mini series, and we look forward to seeing you next time to show you exactly what we do here under the hood at MyTyrn.com. Keep in mind, together we dray more, so let's dray more together.